year, 2 years, and that's why being here this year is, gives an opportunity to a bunch of guys that might not have that opportunity. Miles knows what we can do as far as bringing players in and getting players looked at and moving players on, and really just scouting reports on players. These coaches will talk to us. They trust us,
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just keep growing and sign as many guys as possible. Hopefully we can move some of the Garcias and the Lara. Angel Lara's our guy, yep, and move some of those guys and even these guys. I mean, I want Guglietti to get out of here just as bad as I want Garcia to get out of here.
I'm going to talk to you about that in a second, but Juan Escobal's up here. It's 27th appearance on the season, more than 36 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 27 runs, but only 15 of those were earned, which seems like a large differential. 40 strikeouts in 36 and a third innings, 18 walks, and a 3.71 earned run average. Vinny Galletti is the batter with runners at first and third, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Escobar looks in, and he has his first pitch to Galletti, and he hits this one high to right field. Over comes Williams, and it'll be the center fielder making the catch, but tagging is Wes Wallace, and he comes in to score, and it's 4-0 Diamonds.
A job done by Guglietti. Well, one of the things, if you look at Escobar's numbers and you see the unearned runs and you're not sure where they came from, you got to remember everybody in the infield is new except for Jake Taylor. So those three infielders that were here earlier, you don't know how responsible they could be for some of the, numbers on his end, and maybe that's why they have these three new infielders so that they can, you're gonna build your team around your pitching staff. So if he's getting ground balls and they're not getting the outs.
Now, if you come in,
they made those moves.
If you come in those extra innings where they put two runners on base, and they say the runs don't count against the pitcher, but are they just not earned runs? They count as runs, but not unearned.
The previous pitcher is runs. It depends on whether a mistake is made on top of that.
Like the 10th inning or the 11th inning.
And those innings, I had the same question about that because I wasn't sure.
I know
where do they come from? They're magical runs.
They say they don't charge it to the pitcher, but I don't know if they shows up as a run and
they
not
charge
an
them to the GM. I think they get charged to the GM.
What's that?
They charge them to the GM. Yeah. So Theo and
one ball, one strike here to Bautista with runner at first now, one out. Calderon has his lead at first base, being held on by Jake Taylor.
Imagine if they charged him to the pitching coach, and the pitching coach had his ERA because he had to strategize how to get out of all these situations. They can't belong to the pitcher.
They don't charge the pitcher, but I didn't know if that was just from an earned run perspective or any run at all.
I don't know. I don't want to get into too many of those situations.
Well, what do you think about that rule?
Aren't they? It's interesting with two guys on. I mean, in the top leagues in the country, they do runner at second and an out. Not first and second, nobody out. They do runner at second in the Can-Am League, and the American Association. So
here's
it's a little interesting that if these guys went to the higher level, wouldn't you want them to be playing with the rule that they're going to be playing with should they get promoted?
Well, that's a good question, but I don't think they should be playing with a designated hitter. So
this is true too, but
I mean, I think you have to make up your own mind about what you're going to do.
Yeah. But in our case, we're lucky we have the designated hitter because he is the best hitter.
This pitch is outside.
It's all of them.
The Diamonds have a great lineup.
Could be anybody. Yeah, this is one of the best offenses I've been around for sure. For sure. It reminds me kind of some offenses I was around a few years ago.
This pitch to Bautista is swung on and missed, and he will take a seat.
I mean, there's a lot of talent from this young group of guys, and they have been offensively offensive.
I hope you saw that before this game started on BayAreaSports.tv, we had our little feature on J.J. Wagner, and we got a chance to go through what he was thinking when he came up to bat against San Rafael in the first half of the season, down 2 runs in the 9th inning with 2 on, and hit that walk-off home run.
What a big moment for J.J.
Yeah, he said never had one bigger. Probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was, and he talked about running around the bases. I would think that it would take forever to get around the bases because you're so anxious to score, but he said it was the fastest time he ever
Yeah, no, you fly.
This pitch was swung, and he hits this one to right center field. In comes both folders, and trying to fall between them. Williams picks it up and throws to third, but Calderon slides in, and he is safe.
Nice. Yeah, well, that's just the kind of player JJ is. Some guys will hit it and they'll sprint so fast that it's just they score before the ball lands. There's other guys that like to watch it go.
Well, there was great video. There's great video on that feature too of the home run, and the whole team around home plate when he comes in to score, and dousing him with the Gatorade bucket full of water. He said, "Yeah, my teammates made sure I didn't have to take a shower that night." So
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a good feeling, man. It gets the guys going, and that was big for us right there to get us back in the race in that first half right there.
yeah.
Good base running by Calderon, first to third lately. He's been picking it up a little bit.
Yeah, he has had some issues on the base pass, but
But he looks like he's running hard now.
first and third, 2 down, and the pitch to McKeon is swung on and lifted to right field, and that's going to be it for the Diamonds as Williams makes the catch. They leave 2 runners, but they pick up 3 runs, and at the end of 5 full, it's 4-0 Pittsburgh.
How about that, Diamonds fans? 3 runs for
You didn't
the
announce your
Diamonds.
broadcast. You didn't announce your broadcast. And we are with Joe Torre, injured coach.
Injured coach.
His legs up on the bleachers, so
Might be a Pacific Association first.
if it,
Broken some records out here for sure.
I think so. We had shots of you on television. It looked like you were in pain the first day or two you're out there. We were happy that you decided to sit down and put your leg up. Corey McDonald will come out here to start the top of the 6th inning against the top of the order. Demetrius Moore, Juan Herrera, and Cameron Monger, the newest of the Pacifics. Here's the pitch to Moore, and that's a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Monger was on his way to the Pacifics and was driving from New Jersey. He was in the Can-Am League, got released,
Wow.
was driving across.
Strike 2.
Randomly just had a couple teams call in Texas and said, hey, would he drive to pop in Texas instead of go to California? Yeah, sure. Went over there, played for a couple teams. And now he's here. His
That's this year? He
Fourth
did
team this year, yeah.
4th team this year. That pitch is ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Was with us in spring training. He's in kind of the inner circle of indie ball guys that we deal with, and he was training in Florence getting ready for Kentucky, and I said, man, you should play some games with us, and he played a few games, and he's a veteran guy to have around these young guys. He's probably great to have.
Bounded to Garcia. Garcia charges, makes the play, and throws them out number 1.
If Moore is a sponge, he's learning from Monger. Moore, Monger, and Williams, and even some of those hitters, they're learning from him for sure.
When you talk about them learning, are they learning mechanics? Are they learning attitude? Are they learning mental?
So everything. I mean, the way the guy carries himself, the way he's in the clubhouse, the way he prepares every day. If you follow him even on Instagram, he's got a picture every day. He's on day 940 something, and it says day 940 doing yoga in the parking lot. He is relentless. He does it every day, and definition of grinder.
That's a strike. It's 0-1. Well, he's not spending the time shaving.
No, he does not.
He's had a mountain man beard going on.
He does not do that. He does not. You should follow him on Instagram. It's interesting.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That
He's
is
got the
interesting.
coffee. He's got the
This pitch is swung on and fouled back, and it's now
diet tips,
0-2.
health tips, workout tips. And, I mean, so those guys are learning everything from, how to play the game at kind of a higher level and how to adjust to what they're seeing here and just see. And really, you can learn by watching. If you're a guy that can, you're a very visual learner, you watch
Swing
him.
and a miss, and it was a foul tipped into his glove, and he apparently held on. So that's out number 2.
He's like the Gwynn almost on our end.
B.J. Gwynn is like that?
BJ Gwynn is quietly like that. Being around him, I've only been around him this season, but I've seen him come in and be just the way that he is with the infielders and the rules and how to just situationally being cool every day. And it's a new day every day. And,
Here's the first pitch to Monger, and that is a ball.
And one of the things is just having a professional at bat, having a real professional at bat every time you go up there. Mm-hmm. And that comes from years in the minor leagues.
This pitch is swung on and lifted foul and out of play. It's a ball and a strike. It's because and from what you're saying, it's not necessarily about being the loud charging. I mean, because Wynn doesn't seem to be that at all.
No,
he seems to
just
be
do it
kind
by
of quiet.
example. Just hitting the 2 spot and move those runners over and get yourself on base and make your plays on defense. And
Pitch is a strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Monger. Monger so far today has grounded out to Valdez and then grounded out to Garcia.
And threw the bat to shortstop.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I've
right.
seen him do now a few times.
Really?
He does it once in a while. That's his thing. I've seen him hit a home run and do it.
Throwing the bat?
I've seen him break a bat and hit a home run. I've seen him rob a home run in the same game, actually, as hit one, and break the bat and throw it.
Well,
Yes, he can do it all.
2-2 count on the 2-2 pitch. It's swung on, and he hits this one to left side, and it's going to be right at
That's a good
Batiste
inning there.
and left field, and so he didn't have to move very much, maybe a step or two. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning here with the score 4-0 in favor of the Diamonds. At the top of the 7th, I have to go do PA, so we have 1 hour half inning.
Cool, man.
Where's I'm the winner here. But
Tell me.
you're right. It's been the top of the 6th for about an hour and a half. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Now ready for Pittsburgh, shortstop Jose Garcia.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and it's 4-0 Diamonds. We have maybe you heard me complain about that, but the Admirals are leading the Sonoma Stompers in the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0 in Sonoma. But it's been the bottom of the 6th for a long time, so I don't know what that means. Here's a pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. It means that the internet is not always good. Or
It means that they're playing in the shadows forever.
well, one thing, the shadows are a lot shorter now, like the darkness here. The pitch to Garcia is whacked to right center field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit.
Oh boy, Jose.
So Garcia has his 2 for 3, he singled in the 2nd inning, and
For the Diamonds, second base.
Almodar Valdez will
Valdez.
step up here, and it makes you kind of think of the old lineup where Garcia was number 1 and Valdez was number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they wore number 1 and number 2. It was almost too cute. And they looked like, bookends from a distance. Dominican bookends.
Yep, it's that's our Latin combination in the middle there. And they are smooth, man. That play that Valdez made earlier,
Yeah, but
that
that
play to
double-
get the 1 out, man.
Yeah,
a lot of
that
guys
was-
go get that out at first or don't make that play at second, and they almost turn 2.
There's something incredible about a double play combination that just has the flow, and they know the rhythm of it. And
It is honestly, those are big league hands in the middle. It's like Herrera and Brill right there turning into 2. I think that's the next best combo.
here's a pitch as a strike to Valdez. There's no balls in a strike. Now Garcia is on a first. Should he be running?
We are. Let's see what we do here. I think this might be a good time to try to add a run before you get into that, into your own bullpen. Might try to grab a run here.
Escobar is on pitching for the Pacifics.
Again, the thing with Valdez is great contact guy. Can really just touch the ball and do a job with it. So he would be the guy to do it with if you were going to do it. Combination, you need the speed, you need the hitter, and you need the pitch to be a strike. 3 things.
Here's the pitch from Escobar. It's high for a ball. And now, how many times when we see in this situation is it a hit and run, and how many times is it just a steal attempt?
It depends on the runner. When you see some of those faster guys, probably more of a straight-up steal attempt. When you see anybody running, probably more of a hit and run. But, again, with these guys we have in this lineup, they can put the ball in the gap with a runner at first. You're scoring there if you're going.
That split screen, you can see Garcia's lead and Valdez at the plate, and it's now Valdez
He's
goes
trying to
time.
hold him out, wait him out there. Good move. That's what you got to do with this kind of running game here.
Garcia has sometimes, he doesn't do it every time, but he has an interesting way of taking a lead and pointing back at the bag.
Yeah, he does that at second base too. It's one of the things I noticed. It's like he has
There's
his rhythm.
There he goes. The pitch is inside. The throw down to second base is going to be wide of the base, and Garcia is out. He gets tagged out.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, that was a great attempt to hit the ball by Valdez. The pitcher's out of the zone, and it was a great tag by Herrera. Herrera picked that ball off.
Here comes a replay.
Honestly, this is a great play by Herrera. Whether he's safe or out, I don't care, but the great play and the tag and the sell, that's what gets it done.
There goes Garcia.
I think does he get him on the head?
I don't think he touched him at
missed
all.
him, but that's a great sell there. You
It is.
see how good that sell is that you don't know? That's a guy that's played a lot of middle infield, taken a lot of throws from a lot of catchers, and made a lot at things happen.
So there's no tag at all, but Garcia is tagged out, and the deception is,
it's tough. I mean, that's the thing. He made such a crazy nice play on it that he didn't touch him at all, and the umpire bought it. He bought that play at first base earlier.
Here's a pitch. It's he did, didn't he?
So yeah, it's tough right there because you're trying hit and run, and Valdez, it's actually a pitch that he can't touch, so he just swings the bat just to kind of get in the way there. And then the bad throw, the combination you would think would be runner at second, no out.
Well, it should have been a 2-2 count now to Valdez with the bases empty.
It's
the
rough.
pitch. It's
Ooh.
strike 3. That looked like
Things turn quick, huh?
Looked like it was low and inside, and now they're 2 down and nobody on. That's exactly. I would think that with the way that ball was thrown, it was off the base.
See, now we go back to our conversation earlier when you asked me, do you try to run here?
Yeah. Well,
As everything went wrong for them, they threw the wrong pitch. They threw it in the dirt. The catcher threw it in the dirt, and the guy didn't tag him, and they still got the out. So you got to pick your spots, because look at the offense.
But
now. You could have a run around for a guy hitting 325 who's
BJ
left-handed.
Gwynn is up here, and he takes a strike. You can't coach against bad umpiring, can you?
No, but you could play the odds, and that runner at first base there with a good contact guy, because Valdez, you're not going to double him up, right?
No.
He's got the speed too, so you're taking a gamble. You're taking a gamble to get that fifth run there.
Pitch is low for a ball, and it's one ball and one strike.
If he had to do it again, he would do it again, because when he sees the replay later, he's going to know he was right, and he was safe. But no replay here. No instant replay in this league.
No, not
yet. But they had the computer umpire.
1-1 count. They had the computer on fire. What's that?
Didn't they have the computer umpire last year?
Oh,
I don't want.
They had it for one game. I thought you said they had a computer on fire.
Oh yeah, no. There's a computer on fire every time a play is called.
2 balls and 1
First base
strike.
umpire, it looks like.
2 outs, nobody on. 4-0. The Diamonds with the lead. The pitch to Gwynn, a ball. 3-1. The wind is blowing strongly to left, as always, as almost always, 90% of the time. There it goes.
But Gwynn's going to hit this one to right if he swings.
Here's a pitch.
There you go. Put him on again.
All 4.
See, you can now see. Here's the thing that you asked me again earlier. See, all these things, they come around in a baseball game, and you asked about the strikeouts, and what it enables you to do when a guy punches out like that is pitch around a guy like Gwynn. You don't have to pitch to Gwynn if you take your chance with Wallace. The only problem with taking your chance with Wallace is he's got 30 extra base hits or something like that, and Gwynn's going to score from first base with 2 outs. So everything's a gamble.
If he gets it high up in the air, that wind may just blow it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strike, and it's 0-1.
Wallace really has some power. He showed it even in that home run derby, and just even in BP every day, you see the guy is big athletic.
And he seems so smooth, and so not the kind of an overpowering muscle type of thing. This pitch
just
bounded away.
He is just powerful in a very in a very athletic way.
He covers the ground like an antelope out there.
He just runs it down. Yep. And he's played a couple places, so this is a big year for him to play a full season and go grab his 350 at bats or 3, whatever it's going to be.
No balls and 2 strikes to Wallace. Gwynn on at first base, and the pitch to him, he holds up and takes a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Close pitch. We're going to throw it again.
Juan Escabel is here throwing, is pitching for Santa Fe in relief of James McReynolds. 4-0 Diamonds. Bottom of the 6th. The pitch is swung and lifted high and deep to left field, and it is.
Miles tried to get that one.
I didn't see it called.
Yeah, it's foul. Yeah,
I didn't see it out there, but
it's dark out there.
I'm watching the umpire, and I didn't get to see any call.
Aaron tried to sell that one over the pole.
Yes.
Our left field pole is shorter than our right field pole. If it was right field, it could have been out, but left field, the pole is too tall.
As far as selling goes in this half inning, the second baseman for Santa Fe is doing a lot better than Aaron.
Right now, yeah,
He got that call on the attempted steal that was not high and inside, and Wallace backs away, and it's 2-2.
Went with another fastball there. Pretty sure he's not throwing a fastball here. But that's the thing, that was effortless from Wallace right there. He just turned on that ball, and it's 400 feet into the street over there.
Yeah.
Up there it is.
This pitch gets by the catcher, Generous, and there goes Gwynn to second base. And
Wild pitch.
sometimes it seems if you just hang around long enough, you get the
Calling it out.
He's got
Look, you know, how many have you seen more stolen bases, or have you seen more pass balls? Or wild pitches,
yeah,
wild pitches.
yeah.
So that's where, you know, if you take that chance with the
Tony
with the
makes the
steal,
point that at this level, third base is very valuable because of the number of pass balls and wild pitches. Here's the pitch. Swung on bound to the left side. The third baseman can't get it. Gwynn rounds third, and he's going to come in to score. Wallace on his way to second, and he will be there with a double. And Gwynn comes in. It's 5-0 Diamonds, and a 2-out RBI double for Wes Wallace.
and it's always that inning where you try to steal the base, get thrown out to start the inning, that you score the run later. It always works out like that. That's the game.
Right fielder, Jake Calderon.
So are you going to be a manager?
I am a manager. I'm
not
probably
the
the only manager that gets to go manage in 5 independent leagues before he does whatever he wants for the summer. You know, I like that part of it. But maybe one day when the wheels don't work anymore, this turtle bite might decide my fate.
Oh,
we'll see.
That's you know that's.
You know, it'd be cool to do it, but you know, it's also, you know, look, if me and Aaron Miles are going out for the same job and we put in a resume, Joe Torre, traveling indie ball guy, goes up against you know, big league World Series MVP.
Swinging a
who's
miss by
getting the job?
Calderon 1-1.
Who's getting the job?
But dude, but that's
And so for me, maybe I'm more valuable helping these guys out. I get 100 guys signed every
you're not
year.
going to be competing with Aaron Miles.
I'll probably be working with him. If I could, I'd work with him. I'd be the first
he
guy
is
in his
a very
staff
popular
if I could.
manager among the players and everybody, and who's out of a sense of respect for the information he has to offer them and the experience. And
It's really unlike anything I've been around,
Really?
what he does for the players.
this pitch gets away from Ginris, and Wallace now scurries down to third base. And runners, there's now a runner at third, and Calderon here with the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Calderon has been steadily climbing up the batting average ladder.
Mm-hmm.
He's still about 50 points behind Galletti, who has come back down towards him, but it's a he's
been working on his stuff for sure. And BP, he has been working every day.
well. It's good. It's especially good to know that doing that equates to better average or better performance in the field or whatever you're working on.
Yeah, he's a hardworking kid. I mean, you know what happened? There was a day, and this is usually how it works out for these guys, where you're working on something constantly, and you figure that one thing out, and then you can go to the next thing, and then you can go to the next thing, and then you can go to the next thing. But you got to do each for a week at a time. And he figured a bunch of things out in 1 week when we were in Sonoma.
And
it's just been going since then. But I think it was about 4 weeks ago.
2-2 count with Wallace at third, and this is outside for a ball, so it's going to be a full count to Calderon with Galletti on deck. 1 run in here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 Pittsburgh. This pitch is fouled away to the left side, and the count will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's one thing that for Aaron Miles, he's going to get the most out of guys like Calderon and Wallace and some of these guys, and they might not realize it right now, but they're probably around one of the better offensive hitting coaches that they've ever been around. Get what you can out of it, for sure.
Jake Pintar is warming up in the San Rafael bullpen. 3-2 count to Calderon, and the pitch to him is inside for ball 4.
Inning here.
It started out with
not happy about that.
Jose Garcia single, and then he got thrown out trying to steal. The replay showed that he wasn't ever tagged, but that's not something that's going to be reversed. And Valdez was out, and so with 2 down, the Diamonds got started with B.J. Gwynn with a walk. A double by Wes Wallace, and now Calderon has walked. Wallace is on at third base after being a wild pitch. And so they have 2 walks, 2 hits, 1 run, and as conversation on the mound. And here comes Jake Pintar, who is very tall.
Yeah, Pintar's been tall. He's been durable for them, too. He's been around all year.
Does it make a difference for the pitchers tall like that?
I mean, it's deception. It's, you know, how downhill is he throwing, and is he a big guy like that? Might not have to throw as hard as other, you know, he can just kind of, it's right on top of you sometimes. But, I mean, it all depends. It's like you got to throw it over the plate, and it's got to be hit. And at the level we're at, this guy, I mean, he is a big drink of water. You could put a body on him, and you know, I don't know how young some of these kids are on these other teams, but, you know, you see them in a couple years and all of a sudden they get to Monger size. And, you know, if the taller you are, you can fit a lot in there.
Jake Pintar is 6'7",
6'7".
and he is warming up now for San Rafael.
He's been eating up innings for them. He's been pretty durable, man. He's thrown a decent amount. He's one of the guys that's been here the whole run.
I don't know why the paper you want is always on the bottom.
Yeah, I just know it because I feel like I fall asleep with their stats in my face every night. I'll be on the phone. Oh, I watched it. You know, you got to go over everything the last 7 days. Who's playing who's hitting what, and then I got batting averages and ERAs in my mind, and I wake up dreaming about him. But I know this
is his 24th appearance.
Yeah, he's 36. This is gonna be his 36th inning right here, and again, look 40, 19 earned runs and doesn't walk many guys, and a little less than a strikeout an inning, but that's going to get it done.
4.79 ERA as he comes in here. And Vinny Galletti will step up to the plate.
I like what Kavanaugh does with these guys. I talked to him a lot today. He's a good guy, too. These guys are lucky to have him, too.
Galletti is up here. He has singled, struck out, hit a sacrifice fly. He's got Calderon on at first base. Wes Wallace is on at third. Hello. And Galletti steps into the plate. All the power guys around the diamond. Here's a pitch. A strike and it's 0-1.
Good take. Yeah, that's the one thing with this lineup. It's so versatile. You could pretty much put that middle of the order, that 3, 4, 5, 6, in each guy in any spot and probably get a similar result.
I wanted to, we may run out of time here, but here's a pitch to Galletti. Inside for a ball.
Ooh,
no strike.
Wow, Eric trying to get out of this inning.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Am I allowed to say?
They're runners at first and third. The Diamonds have had a very difficult time when the other team runs. The guy at first takes off for second. They throw the ball, and then the guy from third.
We'll talk about that.
Here's a pitch to Galletti, ground ball to the right side. The second baseman has it, bobbles
Brill.
it, throws it, out number 3.
Yep.
So we're going to be going here. We will have to solve that problem in the future. But coming up here in the at the top of the 7th inning will be the voice of the Diamonds, Tony Schultz. And right now it's 5-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Top half of the 7th we go. A 5-0 lead for Pittsburgh as they look to run away from San Rafael here a bit. Jake Taylor, Brent Gillespie, and Zach Goldstein. Well, they may have something to say about that. Corey McDonald cruising right along here through 6. No runs. Just 1 hit yielded by the Diamond right-hander. As Jake Taylor stands in, he struck out and flew out to center. Big Jake 0 for 2. And the first pitch to him swung on, pop foul right side. That'll get out of play. And the count 0-1. Gillespie, Goldstein to follow, and should anybody reach, the catcher, Ricky Gingras, would get an at-bat. Interesting conversation going on earlier here between the Diamonds coach Joe Torre and our Scott McDonald. And Joe seems to have all the answers dealing with all these different players. There's a pitch outside for a ball. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Talk about the odyssey that some of these players go on. The 1-1 pitch of Jake swung on, fouled back to the screen, and the count 1-1. Diamonds 5, and San Rafael 0. I was talking about Aaron Brill and all the different places that he played, including here for the Diamonds. The 1-2 pitch swung on, popped up right side. Galletti calling for it. Comes in a bit, squeezes it for the out, and Jake Taylor pops harmlessly to the first baseman for the first out here in the inning, and that'll bring up Brent Gillespie. So here's Gillespie, base hit back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. And it's right now an outing being dominated by Corey McDonald, as he is now through 6 in the 3rd, yielding just 1 hit. Gillespie right up on that plate, left-handed batter, and the pitch to him swung on. That's hard, hit hard, and a beautiful pickup by Otomar Valdez, diving to his left, and he makes the play over to first. So Brent Gillespie absolutely robbed by Otomar Valdez at first base. He's made a couple of great plays out there at second base tonight. So what should have been a one-out base hit instead turns into out number 2, and they're on Bay Area Sports TV. You see the play by Otomar Valdez at second for out number 2. Play officially goes 4-3. And then Brent Gillespie now 1 for 3 so far. Zach Goldstein, he's 0 for 2 standing in, and the first pitch missing, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. But getting back to that situation where these guys are all over the place, Brill's certainly one of those. Big swing and a miss in the count 1-1. So Goldstein, a fly out to right. That was in the second. Struck out looking. That was in the fourth. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Pacific's third baseman. Here's the pitch. Way outside, ball 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So he had mentioned that Brill had played up in Canada. Played back east. Couple different stints here in California. 2 balls, 1 strike pitch, and it's up high for a ball, 3-1, and that is the life of a ball player. You are going to be moving around a whole lot. Don't get comfortable in any one place, because chances are you'll be picking up stakes really soon. The 3-1 pitch is a check swing, and they're going to say yes on the check swing. They appeal down to the field umpire, Mark Beller, and he says that is going to be strike 2 on Zach Goldstein. Full count now to Zach. Nobody aboard and 2 out. So the Diamonds chased McReynolds. James went 4+, giving up 4 runs on 8 hits. Esquivel came in, and that was in the 5th inning to face Vinny Galletti. This one is fouled back to the boards, and the count stays at 3-2. Esquivel inherited 2 runners. He allowed 1 to score. And for his line, he went an inning and a third, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. And then he gives away to Jake Pintar. Corey McDonald has been in charge the whole way. Payoff pitch again, up high for a ball. And that is a 2-out walk to Goldstein. And here comes Ricky Gingras. So the Diamonds 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. 5 runs, 11 hits, and errors so far for Pittsburgh. 0-1-0 for San Rafael. So Gingras will bat now. And San Rafael trying to make some 2-out noise. Good news from the wine country. Last check in the 6th inning. Admirals 4, Sonoma nothing. Here's the pitch, and that's low for a ball. What a turnaround for the Vallejo Admirals. Boy, last year they finished last both halves of the season. This year, dead last again in the first half. And the 1-0 pitch, that's swing and a miss, and they count 1 ball and 1 strike. But they've added some new guys to their pitching, the starting rotation. And some other guys have just flat out picked it up. And that combination has led to an even record right now, but they only trail by 3 games, looking to pick up a game against the Stoppers tonight. The 1-1 pitch, and that is way inside, and they count 2 balls and 1 strike. Gingras didn't move a whole lot, but just enough to stay out of the way of that last Corey McDonald offering. Here on Bay Area Sports TV, a good look at Galletti holding the runner on. 2-1 pitch, and this one outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Wouldn't figure the runner Goldstein to be going anywhere here. 7th inning, 2 outs, down by 5. Not a good time to be giving up outs on the bases. A 3-1 pitch, and swung on. That's a hard hit ball. That is going to be knocked down by the second baseman, Otomar Valdez. It's going to trickle out into center field. That is going to be a base hit, and it's going to put runners at first and third. So Gingras gets the base hit. Otomar had to go a long way to try to get that one. He tried to backhand. It went off to his arm. He was able to get a piece of that ball, but could not keep it from rolling into short center field. And Goldstein, seeing that, took the turn at second and motored on into third base. So with 2 outs now, the Pacifics have something brewing here. It's a 2-out walk to Goldstein. And then a base hit to Gingras. And here's Miles Williams. Miles trying to get San Rafael on the board and give them some life here in this baseball game. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Swinging a foul back to the screen, and the count 0-1 to Miles Williams. The Pacifics, for the first time in a month, squaring up here against the Diamonds. And 9 of San Rafael's next 12 games will be against Pittsburgh. So these teams are going to get very familiar with each other again. Here's the 0-1 pitch, way outside for a ball, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So Miles Williams on Sunday hit a pair of home runs. His first multi-home run game of the year. 1-1 pitch. That ball's hit hard into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Wallace is going to have to chase this one to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run around third. Williams around second, headed into third. He'll make it with a 2 RBI triple. And just like that, Pacifics have cut the lead to 5-2. Well, Miles Williams comes up with a huge hit. And the last 3 Pacifics have reached against Corey McDonald, and all of a sudden the Diamonds' big lead at 5 is cut to 3.
Now hitting second baseman Aaron Brill.
So it's a 2 RBI triple as Goldstein and Gingras able to score on the Miles Williams triple. So here's Aaron Brill holding that bat way up high. The first pitch to Aaron outside for a ball. So the inning started harmlessly enough. Corey able to get the first 2 out, Taylor and Gillespie. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that ball's way up high. And now Corey has fallen behind Aaron Brill. Jake Taylor popped to first. Brent Gillespie hit the ball hard. And Odemar Valdez made a great play on that one to get the second out, but Corey's having trouble getting the third out here. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Valdez has got it. Ranges toward the bag at second. Fires to first in time for the out. And the inning is over, but the San Rafael Pacifics come up with 2 runs. The big blow being the 2 RBI triple by Miles Williams. And as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time here from Pittsburgh, it's the Diamonds 5 and the Pacifics 2. All right, Pintar inherited a couple of runners when he came into the ball game with 2 outs and runners on against Vinny Galletti. He got Vinny to bounce out 4-3. So far, a third of an inning for Jake. He got the win in the Sunday game, the finale against Sonoma in that 3-game series, as the Pacifics were able to come back. Here's a pitch outside for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes to Gerald Bautista. Gerald struck out of the first with the bases loaded and 2 out. Bounced to second in the third, struck out again in the 5th. Swinging a pop-up a mile high into the night sky. That'll get over the fence on the left side and out of play. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. Diamonds baseball coming to you on BayAreaSports.tv and along with Mixler.com. Anthony Schultz with you, Scott McDonald doing those middle innings. Now he's moved back over to the public address announcer spot. This one hops up there for a ball. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike to Gerald Bautista. Gerald 0 for 3 so far. Wagner waits on deck. Pintar. And the tall right-handers throws, and this one is smashed into left field. That's a base hit for Gerald Bautista, who gets things started off with a solid single to left. And here comes J.J. Wagner. Got a base hit his last time. Overall for J.J. tonight, he's 1 for 3. And now Alex McKeon is the on-deck hitter. So taking a look at some notes here for San Rafael. You know, the Pacifics are 9-2 in day games this year. 9 out of 11 they've won when they've been playing the matinees. Here's the pitch, and that ball is just off the outside part of the plate. They count 1-0. That's the good news. The bad news is, in the Pacific Association, the vast majority of the games are played at night. And overall for San Rafael in the second half, 7 up and 11 down. They come in 5 games back of the Stompers. Here's the pitch. That's up high. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes to JJ. And prior to that win against the Stompers on Sunday, the Pacifics had lost 5 in a row. Here's the pitch, and that one's up high. And Pintar has fallen behind J.J. Wagner here. 3 balls and no strikes. Bautista aboard at first, being held on by Jake Taylor. Corey McDonald's handled Jake Taylor well tonight. The 3-0 pitch, and that is in there, a strike. Kind of a slingshot delivery that time from Pintar, and they count 3-1. Diamonds 5 runs in the ball game. Looked like they were cruising. Next pitch, and that's swung on, and that's going to be lifted into short right center field. Here comes the right fielder to make the catch. It's Miles Williams going into a slide. Nice play by Miles. That momentarily looked like that was going to fall in for a base hit. Bautista retreats to first, and that's the first out in the inning. So the Diamonds turned away in the first couple innings, got things started off. In the third, Wes Wallace got himself a double as McKeon stands in. Wallace picked up the double after B.J. Gwynn had walked to start the inning. Then Calderon picked up a sacrifice fly to get the Diamonds on the board. There's the pitch. That's outside for a ball, and the count 1-0. And then in the fifth inning, a couple of walks to start the inning from Valdez and BJ. And then Wes Wallace picked up his second double with an RBI. Calderon then picked up an RBI with a single. There's a swing and a miss. The count 1-1. And sacrifice fly on an RBI for Vinny Galletti when Escobar came in to relieve James McReynolds. Diamonds picked up one more in the sixth inning, and that accounts for their 5 runs. Swing and one right back to the mound, and they pick up by the pitcher, and now a bad throw over to second base. And picking up the ball just in time to get the force play is Aaron Brill at second, forcing Bautista. Jake Pintar fielded that ball cleanly, turned it through to second base with Brill covering, and he just made a bad throw, and Brill able to bail him out. Able to get the out and save his pitcher from an error and a two men on, 1 out situation. Taking a look at it here. That was a low throw, and Brill just able to pick it up before Bautista could scamper into second base. So McKeon reaches on the fielder's choice, and this one is hit into center field. Way back, Monger going back there, circling now, makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Diamonds do not score here in the 7th inning. As we head to the 8th, it's the Diamonds 5 and the Pacifics 2. All right, to the top of the 8th we go. Demetrius Moore will lead it off, Juan Herrera, and then Cameron Monger, the top 3 in the Pacific's order, to face the Diamonds' new pitcher, right-hander Joe Lewis, coming in with a record of 2-0, a .495 earned run average in 17 games, all of them in relief for Joe. He's got a save, 16 1/3 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, good number there, 12 bases on balls, and 16 hits so far in the 2017 campaign for Joe Lewis. Good outing for Corey McDonald, and the pitch is outside for a ball to Demetrius Moore. For Demetrius, he bounced out 4-3 in the first. He walked in the third, bounced out to the shortstop, leading off the 6th, and here he is leading off the 8th. Pitch to Demetrius, that's outside for a ball. They count 1 ball and no strikes. Last outing for Joe Lewis That was against the Admirals in a 7-5 win. No decision for Joe in that game. It went an inning. Walked a couple, struck out one, did not give up any runs. And the last 3 outings for Joe, an inning each. And no runs in any of those games for Joe. So he's been pitching pretty well here of late. A 1-0 pitch, and that is on the outside corner, a strike, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Last time Joe gave up some runs was the game against the Admirals at Vallejo, July the 30th. He gave up 2 in 1 inning. Diamonds ended up winning that ball game 5-4. Here's a 2-1 pitch swing, and it cued off the end of the bat by Moore, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Diamonds winning. Sonoma losing. Diamonds could pull to within 3 games of the Stoppers should those things hold in the 2 ball games. Here's Moore, waits, a 2-2 pitch swung on, fouled away, back and over the screen, and the count remains at 2-2. So Corey McDonald, well, a typical day at the office for Corey. 7 innings, a couple of runs. Gave up just 3 hits. And it was really that after getting the first 2 out in the 7th inning, the Pacific started to get to him. The 2-2 pitch, that is low and away, ball 3 to Demetrius. And a full count now on the left fielder and the leadoff hitter for the Pacifics, Demetrius Moore. In that 7th inning, Corey got Jake Taylor to pop harmlessly to first base. Brent Gillespie bounced into the 4-3 putout on a great play by Otomar Valdez. Payoff pitch to Moore, and that is going to be a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Moore can't believe it. He had tossed the bat to the side and was headed to first base. And the home plate umpire, Eric Thompson, says, no, strike 3. And it is a final now from the wine country. The Admirals have beaten the Stoppers 4-1. So the Admirals go to 10-9. They are officially now just 2 games behind Sonoma. Sonoma drops to 12-7, and the Diamonds 3.5 back, trying to make it an even 3. Here's the pitch to Juan Herrera, who takes up high for a ball. It's 1-0. So good news coming from up north, and the Diamonds a chance to pick up a full game here with a victory tonight, and they lead it 5-2. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is just off the outside part of the plate. They count 2 balls and no strikes. So looking at Corey McDonald after getting those first 2 outs, things got a little bit rough for him, and the Pacific's got a couple of runs. The next pitch outside and low. 3 balls and no strikes to Juan Herrera, with Cameron Monger, the center fielder, waiting on deck. It was a walk to Goldstein. Ricky Gingras picked himself up a base hit. Miles Williams doubled them both home, or tripled them both home, before the inning finally came to an end. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. That was a big strikeout of Demetrius Moore to start the inning after Joe Lewis had gone all the way with the Pacific's leadoff hitter. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be low for a ball. And there's a walk to Juan Herrera. And here comes Cameron Monger now. Popped to second in the first, struck out in the third, and then smoked the ball, but was out, flying out to left field in the 6th. But he really crushed that ball. It was kind of an out of ball out there to Bautista in left field. So he certainly hit the ball hard the last time, but he stands in here now. 1 on and 1 out, and Jake Taylor waiting on deck. Dangerous situation here for Lewis and the Diamonds. There's a pitch and in there for a strike, and Monger down to the count, 0-1. Cameron with that beard now standing outside the box. Now he's ready. Right-handed batter waits. And Joe Lewis, right-hander, comes set. The 0-1 pitch swung on, hit hard into center field. Wallace ranging over. He won't get to it. Able to cut it off. Here comes the runner around second. Will head to third. And wisely, the throw goes into second base. That was a good decision by Wes Wallace. I don't think he had a chance to get the speedy Juan Herrera rounding second going into third. And instead of allowing Monger to go into second base, he keeps the double play in order by keeping the runners here at first and third. So Jake Taylor going to get a chance now. And, of course, the Diamonds' problems with runners at first and third well documented, and that is the situation they're in right now. Taylor stands in, leading the league in RBIs and home runs, and making a strong run at a possible MVP season. Here's the pitch to Jake. Big swing and a miss, and the count 0-1. To Jake Taylor, 0 for 3 tonight. Corey McDonald had his way with him, struck him out in the second, got him to fly out to center in the fourth, and got him to pop to first, leading off the seventh. There goes the runner. There's the pitch way outside, no throw, and Cameron Monger is going to pick himself up an uncontested stolen base. So a strikeout of Moore, a walk to Herrera, a base hit here for Cameron Monger that chased Herrera all the way around to third base. Monger has now stolen second, so second and third, one out. The pitch to Jake, and that is outside for a ball, and the count 2-1. Now, the situation is this. You have first base open with the very powerful Jake Taylor aboard, but Brent Gillespie, well, he's got 15 home runs of his own, and he's in that 50 RBI range himself. And that would be the righty-lefty situation. You get the righty-righty situation here. So it's kind of a pick-your-poison spot in the batting order. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Good pitch by Joe Lewis. That was fading away from the right-handed batting Jake Taylor, in the count 2-2. Top half of the eighth. Diamonds 5, San Rafael 2, but the Pacifics have a pair of runners on. And Jake Taylor and then Brent Gillespie next, either of whom very capable of going yard. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and Joe Lewis gets a huge strikeout there of Jake Taylor. And Taylor now has struck out twice, and he's 0 for 4 on the evening, but Joe Lewis not out of the woods yet. Here comes Brent Gillespie. Left-handed batter comes up now, and Brent going to do a little landscaping there in the left-hander's batter's box, and now McKeon wants to talk to his battery mate, Joe Lewis. Now again, first base open. Zach Goldstein waits on deck. Certainly not as scary of a hitter as Brent Gillespie is, so you could figure that the Diamonds would pitch Gillespie cautiously here. See how they want to play it, and then of course with the righty-lefty situation, you have the righty-righty situation to follow, and now Aaron Miles wants to check it out with Joe Lewis, and the rest of the Diamond infield are going to come in and join the party, and the Diamond's going to talk this over and how they want to play this. Diamonds trying to meander their way through the eighth inning. The Pacifics have put 2 on now with 2 outs, and just a base hit away for making it a 1-run ball game. Good ball game here tonight from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Anthony Schultz along with Scott McDonald. Scott and I kind of splitting the play-by-play and the public address duties tonight. So Scott back on the PA. And I'm solo here to finish out the ball game here with the play-by-play. Not a bad crowd here tonight on what's become a very chilly summer evening here in Pittsburgh. The wind of the grandstand fairly modest, but looking out to the flag out beyond the batter's eye in center field, blowing very hard right to left. All right, here is the left-handed hitting Brent Gillespie. Good power numbers. Have been a good RBI man for San Rafael here in 2017, and trying to get the Pacifics maybe even, or at least drive in those 2 runs here with 2 outs. So Joe Lewis still not set on the signs, and now a third meeting here with his catcher, Alex McKeon. And these guys are had more conversation between the two of them than I've had with my wife in a week. course, with all those Real Housewives shows, it's pretty tough to get any FaceTime with her. She likes those shows. All right, now McKeon goes back behind home plate. Joe Lewis appears to be ready, and it's anybody's guess if he's going to make a pitch now to Brent Gillespie. Left-handed batter waits, and the first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Don't have to give in to Brent here, and I would imagine that was something that Aaron Miles had told him. And if you fall behind, I was wondering if they wouldn't just go ahead and put him on, but we'll see. A lot of room given on that third baseline to Brent. This one way outside for a ball. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. So Gillespie batting here with 2 on and 2 out. Then he started out with Demetrius Moore. He struck out. A walk to Herrera, a base hit for Monger. And then Jake Taylor struck out, and now we have Joe Lewis taking a little bit too much time for the liking of Gillespie, who's granted timeout. So a couple of strikeouts in the inning. And the pitch, and that one's way outside, ball 3-0. And I'm not so sure that Joe Lewis wouldn't just put him on, and he's going to. So after the count goes 3-0, they're not going to mess around with Gillespie anymore. They're just going to put him on first base. So I think that was one of those, let's see if he'll swing it what we want him to swing at. And he does not. Talking about Gillespie, he's down at first now with the intentional walk. And that'll bring up Zach Goldstein, the second baseman. So Zach in a big spot here in this ball game. Diamonds 5, Pacifics 2. The Stompers have lost to Vallejo. Who's going to pick up a game? Here's the pitch, and that's low for a ball, 1-0. So we told you, Joe Lewis, even though that ERA a bit high, but he certainly pitched well lately. And now trying to get out of a huge jam here. Right-hander comes set. Goldstein, the right-handed batter, waits. The 1-0 pitch in there, a strike and a fastball. And that was just a challenge fastball, and taking all the way was Goldstein, and the count 1-1. You'd have to be figuring he wouldn't be taking again. Ricky Gingras waits on deck. But right now, the game at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one outside for a ball. It's 2-1. The crowd, the partisan crowd, doesn't like that one too much, but that did appear to be just off the outside part. Just missing the corner, not by a whole lot, but the count goes to 2-1. Joe comes set. 2-1 pitch, way up high, 3 balls and 1 strike, and that was an easy take there. The moon making an appearance. Full moon fever here in Pittsburgh, just starting to rise. Very low in the sky right now. I'm looking at it just beyond that left field fence. Three-one pitch, here it is, and that is in there, a strike, and it's 3-2. So a big spot here now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases juiced. The runners will be off with the pitch. And Joe Lewis trying to walk the tightrope here in the 8th and keep the Pacifics off the board. Keep the Diamonds at a 3-run lead. Payoff pitch. There go the runners. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Joe Lewis with 3 strikeouts in the inning. He loads the bases, strikes out the side, and the Pacifics do not score in the 8th. To the bottom of the 8th we go. It's the Diamonds 5 and the Pacifics 2. The Diamonds trying to add on here in the 8th. They lead it by 3, and that was very much in jeopardy in that last half inning. But Joe Lewis, a scoreless 8th after he loaded the bases, and the Pacifics, however, turned away by Joe. Here's the pitch to Odemar, swinging a tapper off the mound, or to the mound, and off the mound to get it is Pintar. He throws over to first in time for the out, and Odemar is out, number 1. So Odemar retired. He's 0 for 4. He did get a walk and a run score in the 5th. And that'll bring up the designated hitter now, B.J. Gwynn. So Valdez bounces out 1-3. Here's Gwynn. He's got a base hit, 3 walks, and 3 runs scored tonight. So they have not gotten B.J. out. He's been a big part of the Diamond offense tonight. And the pitch into B.J. is a strike, and the count to 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Gwynn. Batting here with bases empty and 1 out. The next pitch is up high, and the count a ball and a strike. So Jake Pintar took over in the 6th inning after the Diamonds had plated a run. He came in for Esquivel. And the pitch, and that is low for a ball. Pitched his way through the 7th inning, giving up just a base hit. So he's been pretty effective since coming out of the bullpen for Julian, but not a particularly good start for James McReynolds. 4+ and 4 runs. 2-1 pitch, and BJ dancing out of the way of that one. And the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike with Wes Wallace waiting on deck. Same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow for the Diamonds as they get it together with the Pacifics for Game 2 of this series. Here's the pitch, and that's a swinging off the plate. And that'll trickle on past first base in foul territory. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to B.J. Gwynn. 6:30 the start time tomorrow right here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. And you'll want to tune in 10 minutes early and catch the pregame interview. Runs, hits, and errands with Scott McDonald. Swinging a foul back here as the count remains 3-2. And then we'll conclude this series on Thursday. Again, a 6:30 start with the first pitch, as the Diamonds and the Pacifics will wrap up this series before the Diamonds head out onto the road as they go back to the wine country Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Stoppers. BJ waits, the 3-2 pitch, swung on it, missed, strike 3. Gwynn is out for the first time tonight as Pintar gets him with the fastball. 2 outs, nobody aboard now, and that'll bring up Wes Wallace. Wallace is up. Calderon moves into the on-deck circle. And Jake Pintar trying to get the Pacifics back in the dugout for that top of the 9th inning. And looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it'll be Gingras, Miles Williams, and Aaron Brill, the bottom third of the order. This one hops up there for a ball, 1-0 to Wes. So the bottom third of the order, they will more than likely not be facing Joe Lewis. There is action down in the Diamonds bullpen. And it looks like Jordan Brink, the Diamond closer, getting ready right now. There's a pitch off the outside part of the plate. The count 2-0. So Joe Lewis has really been a 1-inning specialist. And in his last 4 innings in relief work for Joe, he has not yielded a run. Aaron has got to love that. The 2-0 pitch, and that is just high for a ball. Makes it 3-0. It was an exciting inning that he pitched, loading the bases before getting Zach Goldstein to strike out to end the 8th. 3-0 pitch, and that is in there, a strike. That was a get-it-over strike, and the count 3-1. Well, if you're Pintar, you certainly don't want to face J.Q. Calderon here with a man on as the San Rafael. There's a big swing and a miss, and the count 3-2. San Rafael bullpen active as well, trying to catch a number over there. See who is warming up. Both bullpens going right now. The Diamonds leading it by 3. 3-2 pitch. Swung on it, fouled back to the boards. The count remains 3-2. Well, it has gotten chilly, and I think its temperature continues to drop here. Here's Bodie, the Diamond bat boy, giving Eric Thompson some new baseballs. So Thompson is locked and loaded, and another payoff pitch due here to Wes Wallace. 3 doubles on the game for Wes Wallace. He's driven in a couple of runs. He's also scored a run. There's a pitch that's low, and it's ball 4, and what a great night for Wes. 3 doubles and a walk. He's officially 3 out of 4. So here comes J.Q. Calderon as he bats here with 1 on and 2 out. Diamonds would love to add on here. As it stands right now, it would be a save situation for Jordan Brink, but if the Diamonds add a run, that would get wiped away, but not really a bother. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. The throw down is not in time, and Wallace has got second base stolen. Boy, good pitch to throw on for Gingras. He made a nice throw, but West got such a nice jump. He was in there safely, and that wasn't really close. So now the Pacific battery, Gingras and Pintar, want to talk things over. That's a quick conversation, and for J.Q. Calderon now a chance to drive in a run with a base hit. Vinny Galletti would be next if Calderon could keep it going. Left-handed batter waits. Wallace with his lead over there at second base. Pintara glaring at him. Now the pitch has popped up left side. Calderon throws the bat to the ground in disgust, and the left fielder Moorer will come on and make the catch, and the inning is over. The Diamonds do not score. They leave a runner as we go to the top of the ninth. It's the Diamonds 5 and the Pacifics 2. To the top of the ninth we go. Jordan Brink is the new pitcher. He'll pick up for Joe Lewis. And for the San Rafael Pacifics, Ricky Gingras, the catcher, Miles Williams, and then Aaron Brill, bottom part of the order to face Brink, who's looking to pick up save number 9. 21 innings pitched, a 428 earned run average. He's 1-3 on the year. The first pitch way outside for a ball. But Jordan Brink has been pitching very well of late. Last 5 outings, he's gone an inning each time and has not yielded a run. So he and Lewis have been a good combination of late. This one is fouled off, and McKeon, well, that one got a piece of him. I think that might be the first one tonight. So for Alex McKeon, it's been a roughly, for the most part at least, a painless evening. And that's actually saying a lot. Gingras stands in here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamonds trying to close this one out and run their record to 9-10 and get to within 3 games of the Stompers. Big swing and a miss by Ricky, and he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last outing for Jordan. He went an inning, giving up no runs. Did pick up the save. That was in a 7-5 win over the Admirals back on August the 6th. 1-2 pitch, and that ball is low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gingras thought about swing, was able to hold up. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 runs, 12 hits, an error for Pittsburgh tonight. 2-4-0 for the Pacifics. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. And down goes Gingras with the strikeout. And that is the first out here in the 9th inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Miles Williams. So Gingras is out number 1. Here's Miles. He reached on an error in the 3rd. Bounced out to the 3rd baseman in the 5th. And a 2 RBI triple. That came in the 7th, accounting for both of the San Rafael runs. Right-handed batter waits, and the pitch inside for a ball. And the count 1-0. So the Admirals a winner tonight in Sonoma. Diamonds trying to finish off the Pacifics here right now. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. As Jordan Brink really able to pop the glove that time. Here's the next pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen, and the count goes to 1-2. So, Jordan Brink trying to make quick work of Miles Williams. He's got him in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aaron Brill waits on deck. Pacifics need a couple of base runners here to bring the potential tying run to the plate. The 1-2 pitch, that one floats up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Jordan Brink, who's had some troubles this year, has really turned things around lately. The Diamonds bullpen has given them some trouble this year, but lately it's been better. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away. McKeon's going to have to chase it back to the screen, and there will be no throw. So the Diamonds and Jordan Brink get the strikeout, but they do not record the out as Miles Williams on the wild pitch makes it safely to first base. Officially a strikeout victim, but no out recorded. Now with one on and one out, here comes Aaron Brill. So if Brill can get aboard, Demetrius Moorer would represent the tying run. So a bad break for the Diamonds as they pick up the strikeout. But instead of getting out number 2, the ball gets away, and the Pacifics have themselves a runner at first base. So Aaron Brill 0 for 3. Grounded out once to Garcia, twice to Valdez. Swing and a miss at the fastball, and they count 0-1. Brill trying to keep this going and turn it over to the top of the order, and Demetrius Moore, who's now in the on-deck circle. Brill holding that bat way up high. Right-handed batter waits. There's the 0-1 pitch, and then the runner is going to take off and take second base, and it's going to be a stolen base there for Miles Williams. Well, the Diamonds weren't paying a whole lot of attention to him, but that takes the double play out of order. Or at least takes the double play away, I should say. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Brill waits. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they count 1-2. And right now, Jordan Brink not messing around, just coming with the hard stuff. And he's got Aaron Brill down to the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. (5-2) in favor of the Diamonds. Top of the 9th. Here is the 1-2 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go? They're going to appeal, and they're going to say strike 3. And that time, home plate umpire Eric Thompson did not appeal to Mark Beller, who's not in a very good position to make that call anyway. But Eric Thompson's going to say that's strike 3, and that is a big second out. And all 3 batters have struck out so far, but on the strike 3 to Miles Williams, the ball got away, and he was able to take first base. After a stolen base, he is at second. And now here's Demetrius Moorer. Pacific still need 1 more base runner to bring up the potential tying run. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and they count 0-1. Demetrius waits the 0-1 pitch, and that is just low. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Juan Herrera, the shortstop, would be next. For Demetrius, well, he's 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. That walk coming back in the 3rd. Here's the 1-1 from Jordan, and that's low. 2 balls and a strike. The Diamonds trying to finish this off, and San Rafael not wanting to go quiet here this evening. Can they get the tying run to the plate? 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. And that is 2-2 now to Demetrius Moore. He struck out his last time. That was leading off the 8th. So Jordan Brink, very nice to see him pitch well, and he's had a good inning here. Just one happened to get away. The 2-2 pitch swung on it, missed strike 3. Jordan Brink picks up his 9th save of the year. The Diamonds finish off San Rafael, and they win game 1 of this 3-game series by a final score of 5-2. Well, the Diamonds, 5 runs, 12 hits, an error for the Pacifics, 2-4-0. Corey McDonald picks up the win. James McReynolds, he takes the loss. And Corey McDonald, another fantastic outing for him as he goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs on 3 hits, and he picks up a big win here for the Diamonds. They run their record now to 9-10. and they cut the Sonoma lead to just 3 games. Vallejo, well, they beat the Stompers tonight. They go to 10-9. They are just 2 back. San Rafael, the loss tonight. They go to 7-12. They remain 5 back. So the Diamonds get the win. A big game for Corey McDonald as he pitched really well. And Joe Lewis and Jordan Brink out of the bullpen. 2 scoreless innings for them as they strand 4 runners. Diamonds get the win. McReynolds going to get the loss. 4+ innings, 4 runs, 8 hits. Esquivel and Pintar picked up for him, but McReynolds kind of chased fairly early in this ball game as the Diamonds were able to get things started off with a Calderon with a Wes Wallace double. That followed a B.J. Gwynn walk. Calderon with a sacrifice fly. And then it was in the 5th inning, a couple of walks to start the inning. Wes Wallace came up with an RBI double. Calderon got a base hit, and he picked up an RBI. Vinny Galletti ended up getting the sac fly and the RBI. And the Diamonds were off and running. They end up winning it by a final score of 5-2. Remember, tomorrow night, a 6:30 start. That'll be right here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium as the Diamonds take on the Pacifics in game number 2 of this series. And then we'll have the finale on Thursday. Again, a 6:30 start. Scott McDonald and myself will be back with you with the play-by-play, and that'll do it for all of us here at Diamonds Baseball. For Scott McDonald, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Pittsburgh.